buy subscriptions you pay for. Truebill found subscriptions that I didn't even know that I was paying for. And they make canceling the ones that I don't.
All right. Welcome to the Shun of the King first ever toy live unboxing. I'm going to wait a few minutes to see if we get anybody that's going to join. And again, it's my very first live stream. So again, not 100% sure that's going to happen, but fingers crossed. If not, this will be a great video just to upload to my regular YouTube channel. So either way, this is going to be fun. If you can't watch it now, you can watch it later. It is what it is. So here in front of me, I have a shit ton of action figures that I've been able to get this week. I'll talk a little bit about how I acquired them, and I'll probably end up doing more in-depth review, especially for this Gambit. I will be reviewing this Gambit this weekend. And surprise, I actually got an alert that my Imagination Works Vegeta is going to be delivered today as well. I was hoping that it would get delivered before the live stream so I can go ahead and do that review and have that uploaded for you guys. But it should be here today. I'll get that and then I'll immediately get that review out because I'm pretty sure it'll be controversial because, again, you know how much everybody hated the Imagination Works Goku, which I loved it, but again, some people didn't like it, which is cool. All right, so talk a little bit about my guys. If you've been a fan of my channel for any point in time, you've seen my you see my basement setup, but again, as you guys can see in the background, I have now added in a whole new tier system for my action figures. I got it all lit up. I'll do a full tour probably in the next couple of months. I want to just make sure that everything in its final place, because now that I have my Age of Apocalypse stuff, once this is all opened, I'm going to probably put that on display back here because that's kind of where I want it. So, yeah. All right. So we got one person watching. This is cool. It's kind of like your mom when you're like doing sports and you're like, hey, my mom is here. She's one of my people voting. So hello to my one live viewer. All right. So I got my Blade Sama. And I guess what I'll do is will start small. Let me make some room here. I have the Proplica Dragon Ball Dragon Radar. I actually got this. My wife sent me on an errand this week. I was out and about, and she wanted me to get her a book from Barnes and Noble. So I went in Barnes and Noble, I don't know if you guys know or not, but Barnes and Noble has a huge selection of SH figure arts. Like I saw Dragon Ball in general. Like I saw the SH figure arts. Let me mute this. I saw the SH figure arts Piccolo. They had Majin Buu. They even had the Imagination Works Goku. So check your local Barnes and Noble. They are a treasure trove of SH figure arts. They didn't really have any like Marvel Legends or anything like that. If you want Marvel Legends from like a bookstore place, you want to go to Books A Million. Books A Million, they have a crap ton of Marvel Legends and not so much SH figure arts. I think SH figure arts has a deal with Barnes and Noble because I've never seen a lot of SH figure arts at like Books A Million. So again, I decided to go ahead and pick this up, and I actually have the Proplica Nichiren sword from Demon Slayer, and I like their stuff. Like it's high quality, so I decided to pick it up. So here we go. Is a Dragon Radar. You can see here. It's not bad looking at all, actually. It's got like a nice textured screen pattern here. It's not just like painted. It's not like a sticker. It's actually like the lines here are gradiated, so you could actually feel them. It has a, I guess this is where you can pull the battery out. Oh, that's cool. So if I push it, oh, that's kind of cool. That's really cool. I like how the batteries are already there, so you don't have to deal with any of that. Let's see. Again, if you guys didn't know, I'm a huge SH figure arts fan. Dragon Ball, anime, I love it all. So it comes with a wrist guard. Kind of, it looks like the Wii remote wrist guard. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to bet this is 100% the same wrist guard that they use for the Wii remote. And it comes with a stand. And I actually like how it turns off. So then you can just kind of sit it in here, which is probably how I'm going to have it on display. And yeah, that's kind of how I'm going to do it. Oh, I had it backwards. I like it. So if you guys can see back over here, I don't know how clear it is because I'm only using like 1080p quality right now. That is my display stand for SH Figure Arts. So that's kind of what I got going on over there. All right, so that's the Dragon Radar. We got a lot of stuff to go through, so I'm just going to try to breeze through some of this stuff. So now let's talk about this G.I. Joe Breaker. So I was able to get this on Monday. I went out, I did my like 5-point stop. I usually drop my girls off at school in the morning before I come back to do my work from home, and I just kind of ran my stops. I went to a Target in my neighborhood, and as I was going into the aisles, again the aisles were bare. They're doing like some remodeling, but then I this is probably around 10 o'clock. So right around 10 o'clock, there was a guy on the Target cart, and lo and behold, he had a whole two cases of the breaker. So of course, my heart dropped, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was really looking forward to this, and I had got one on Target, but because Target had delayed my order, I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to end up getting it or not. So when I saw it in actual stores, there was a whole case of them. I was like, hell, I'm gonna go for it. So I grabbed two. I talked to the guy. I was like, look, good morning. Again, like I said, always be polite. I was like, you got something on your cart, and I need it. Can I grab it? Because I see you here busy. He's like, go for it. It's less work for me. I was like, say less. So I sure enough jumped up, went in the car. And again, I could have been greedy. I could have grabbed the whole case. I thought about it for a quick second, but then I was like, no, I'll leave some for some other collectors. So I grabbed two, and then that was pretty much it. This breaker looks good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the character himself, I'm not familiar with Breaker at all. Like he was not one of the major G.I. Joe characters that I was used to. So you guys can see him. Get a good look at him. He kind of looks like Jake Gyllenhaal with a little bit of what's that dude from Wolf of Wall Street? Matthew McConaughey. So yeah, he kind of has like a little Jake Gyllenhaal, Matthew McConaughey look. Again, the floppy legs a little bit kind of reminds me of the Storm Shadow from Amazon. But other than that, he looks good. I like it. He has like a little flight jacket on. Very basic. He looks good. What I really wanted to look at is this bike. It's already coming apart. And this looks exactly like the minigun that we got for Roadblock with the heavy duty artillery Roadblock. And I should be a pro at this point at opening stuff because let me tell you, I opened up a lot. All right, so here we go with the cycle itself. I like it. It's a nice, perfect scale. I love the army green that they have on here. You can actually see, again, you probably can't tell, but they have the dials on here that they actually took the time to paint. I really love when people do that, to take the time with the details. It looks good. Now let's get together this. And I'm assuming what we need to do is simply just put the gun in the middle or on the inside, and then it should close up. Yep, like that. And then I'm assuming we just attach it to the cart, like so. Wow, look at that. I like it. And again, of course, if you guys want to see a live review for any of these, just for you to let me know. We got some people commenting. You might need it, man. I'm telling you, like if you plan on building out your Joes, you might need it. I mean, it looks good. It looks good. And again, this is the version that's for the Baroness. Now he fits well. And I don't know if you guys are aware, there is a Instagram page for Gridiron Studios, and they do accessories for 6-inch figures. So if you want, you can get like backpacks, guns, Like they have everything. It's actually pretty cool. But I definitely think that anybody who is missing this one in their list, come on, you got to get it. At this point, we're waiting for barbecue. Barbecue's supposed to be here on November 1st. And if he doesn't show up on November 1st, he'll probably be there a couple of weeks before. So keep your eye out. Like, go to Target, get the DCPI, talk to the people, be very nice, and you might be able to secure one for yourself. So here we are with the Breaker. I really, really like it. I have two. No, actually, I have three. So I have this one plus the other one that I got from the case, and then finally the one that I got from Target ended up showing up. So I have three. So it's such a base level vehicle. You can use it for any of the other Joes. So the possibility is endless for photos, and that's one thing that I'm really trying to get into. And towards this year and the end of next year and start of next year is doing more photography. So fingers crossed, I'll get to that. All right. So what I want to open up next, and this is actually a wild card. Like I pre-ordered this months ago from BBTS, and I pre-ordered this because I wanted to specifically get the Colossus because I got my HasLab Sentinel, which I have in my DTOF in my office right now. And I really wanted to do some like nice poses with Colossus. Now back here, I have my Marvel Select Colossus, and that has been my favorite Colossus hands down. But the only issue that I had with him is that he's not that great on the articulation front. Like he doesn't have any gripping hands. He doesn't really have any bicep swivel or anything like that. It's just kind of real. He's kind of like a posable statue, if that makes sense. So I definitely wanted to get my hands on this one. And again, I didn't get it the first time around, but luckily I was able to get it on BBTS. They had it come up on pre-order, and I was able to snag one, and it got lost. But again, it came this week, like everything else did. And I have to give them credit because I didn't realize how massive this thing is. Yeah, I'm definitely in the Joe hole. Let me tell you, I'm in the Joe hole. I'm in the NECA hole. I'm in like action figure hell. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like being like I was born in the 80s, all right. So I grew up on so much stuff, and now like between NECA, Hasbro, Super 7, Mafex, SH Figure Arts, like all these things coming out between the 90s and the 2000s. It's like every time I think I'm going to be done, something else comes out, and I'm like, damn, I gotta buy it. So again, I got the Goliath from NECA. I collect the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I was able to. I made a video that you guys probably saw or probably didn't, where I was talking about the fact that I could not get my hands on the Oroku Saki and the Hamato Yoshi. As a matter of fact, hold on, let me dig down here. Funny enough, here it is. I was able to get my hands on the Ninja Turtles. I could not find this thing. I went to like 15 different Walmarts. Brickseek wasn't helping. And then, funny enough, one morning I went to go grocery shopping for the family. And every time I go into Walmart, whether I'm going there for toys or for food, I always stop. And then just off the humble, I was walking through, and at the corner of my eye, I saw the box, and I was like, wait a minute, no fucking way. And then I walked over there, and sure enough, it was right there. So I quickly picked my mouth off the floor, and I like grabbed it and like ran off. Like, and the funny thing is that when you find stuff like that, you get this sense of like, is somebody gonna come out from the blue and like try to tackle me or take it away? So that's literally how I felt. Like it was almost like I forgot what I came for, and I just ran right to the register to pay for it because I was like afraid that I wasn't gonna get it. Okay, so you had it for the 70. I actually paid 50 something plus shipping, I think. So I go to BBTS because again, the reason why I wasn't going to buy it because You couldn't really find it in stores after a while, and I refused to pay anything less than anything more than retail, especially with something like this. So so here's the Colossus. If you guys can see, he looks amazing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually turn around real quick and grab my Marvel Select one just so that I can see how they scale with each other. And hopefully, I won't knock anything over. Oh, and I did. But with somebody in the back. All right, so here we go. Marvel Select Colossus versus the Marvel Legends Colossus. And you can see the Marvel Select Colossus is still taller. And I really do still like this one, but he just did not have the articulation that I was looking for. Because as you can see, he has like, well, you know what? I take that back. He has elbow. It's just single jointed. So again, I was probably a little bit wrong about that. But again, this Colossus, as you can see, T-spreads, single jointed elbow, single double jointed knees. The look is fantastic. And I'm actually going to leave these two out because as you can see, I have the other Colossus that I'm going to get to. And he has the gripping hand. So I already have an idea of what I'm going to be doing with this Colossus. My thought process is, because I have my Sentinel in the detail, is I'm going to kind of have it whereas like Colossus is gripping onto the foot of the Sentinel and kind of like holding it up while all the other members of the X-Men are attacking. So that's kind of like what I have in mind. And because this one doesn't have gripping hands, I couldn't really do that. And just for fair warning, I have two girls. Right now, they're indulged in their tablets, but at any moment, they can start acting reckless and come down or start running around. So if you hear yelling and screaming, I promise you they're not being killed. They're just being crazy. Good Lord. And I'm probably going to recycle all these boxes. I'm being honest with you. Like I used to keep all of my boxes, but it got to the point where my like storage closet that I have here was like filled to the brim with literally almost like 100 Marvel Legends boxes, and I just had to let it go. So here we go. We have the Juggernaut, we have the Colossus, and then we have the Breaker, and then we have the other Colossus. Who doesn't want to stand right now? Look, you got a bow leg. And it could have been how rough I was getting him out of the box. But he stands. He looks good. And again, I still love this Colossus, but this one, just for articulation purposes, he has to be the one that I use. And again, I also have the Marvel Select version of Juggernaut. That was my all-time favorite Juggernaut. Like, I like this one, but that other Juggernaut, the Marvel Select Juggernaut, he has like damn near zero articulation, but he rocks. He really does. But again, this Breaker, I love it. You have to get it. All right, so let's move this to the side. And before I get to the Marvel Legends, let's open up this bad boy. Can I tell you? And again, anybody who collects Mafex, you understand my pain. Mafex, why do you guys take so long to release your stuff? I mean, goddamn, it's crazy. It's crazy to me. So like, I just got the Mafex Magneto about a week or so ago, and this one I had him on pre-order. It felt like 2 years, and I felt like the same thing with the Gambit, and they finally shipped it. I finally got it, so we're going to open it up, and I'm going to keep in mind, I'm just doing an unboxing. I'm not going to do a full review, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a versus review where it's going to be the Mafex Gambit, and I have like 2 different Marvel Legend Gambits, And then I have the amazing Yamaguchi Gambit. So I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison, full review. So just make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Let's take a look at... I was going to get the Mezco Gambit, but I changed my mind at the end. And I have way too many Gambits. I can tell you already that I'm loving these effects. Good Lord. I didn't really look how big this is. That's crazy. I did not expect that. I did not expect that. This is a massive effect piece. Now, the only thing that I'll complain about is I wish they would have taken the time to put the actual card numbers on here. Let me see if I have it here on the side. I don't think I do. But for my amazing Yamaguchi Gambit, his effect pieces, actually, you can see the card on the actual effect. Same thing with the Marvel Legend one. So to me, I'm like, come on, you guys got to step your game up. So those effect pieces look great. Let's take a look at this Gambit. Take a look at that. 1 second, guys. My bad. It was completely unprofessional, but it's cold in the basement, so you know sometimes you get a runny nose. I ain't want to see no snotty nose on camera. Catching bullets with his teeth. I just want to appreciate. I appreciate anybody that understand the deep cuts with The Last Dragon. That was one of my all-time favorite movies when I was younger. I had the biggest crush on Vanity. So if anybody knows, back in the day, it was The Last Dragon, it was Predator, and it was Action Jackson. So like, if any of y'all know those deep cuts, y'all some real ones. All right, I have to admit, Mafex may have it on the head sculpt. So if you can see here, not only did they nail the face with the comic book accuracy, they also nailed the hair, and it looks amazing. Like, this thing is a work of art. The trench coat looks amazing. I can't wait to fully review this one. I really can't. This thing is amazing. And again, just guys, take a look at the size of this effect piece. And again, if you've watched my channel long enough, you know I'm a sucker for an effect piece. Look at this. Look at the size of this effect piece. It's insane. He comes with multiple hands. It looks like he comes with other psionic pieces as well. So we have this, and we have this. We have all these effect pieces. Again, preliminary results. This thing is a banger, but the only glaring issue that I have is, yet again, they could have taken the time to actually paint or sticker card numbers on here. Ace of Spades, Jack, Queen, Hearts, whatever. And then he has his pole, and his pole is about the size of him. He looks good. Very impressed. So again, it'll probably be on like Saturday or Sunday because I have a lot of other reviews I'm going to be doing this weekend. But stay tuned. I'm going to do a full review for Gambit And if you guys are interested in him, you'll be able to see what he looks like versus both versions of the Marvel Legends, as well as the amazing Yamaguchi Gambit. And again, unfortunately, I don't have the Mezco 112 Gambit, but we'll deal with what we have to. Speaking of Mezco, can I pause for a second and just bitch? So I pre-ordered, I promise you, 2 years ago, maybe. And paid in full, by the way. Paid in full, pre-ordered from Mezco, the Michael Keaton 1989 Batman. And again, if you guys know what I'm talking about, please let me know. But I pre-ordered this thing like ages ago. I felt like when my youngest daughter was born is when I pre-ordered this thing. And I have not gotten that thing yet. I haven't gotten an alert. I haven't gotten anything. And every time I go to Mezco's website, I feel like it says shipping, Q2 2020 or 1990. I mean, this thing has been shipping forever and it still has not shipped. So, all right, now we're in Marvel Legend territory finally. So here we are with the Age of Apocalypse wave. Again, wanted to start with Rogue because I just wanted to say, like, again, 90s, this was my comic book girlfriend. Like, I had such a big crush on Rogue. She was beautiful. So representation is pretty good. I'm loving. Let me take a look at her face. Her face is better, but I still am not getting that 1990s vibe that I wanted to see. And again, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, if you guys have seen the other 1990s versions of Rogue, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, I just want to get that like perfect like Jim Lee 90s Rogue face, and I feel like Marvel Legends has just not hit that perfectly. The one we just got maybe like a year or two ago is good, but it's still not perfect. So again, if they want to go back, or if we can get a customizer to make some that are not like $1,500, I'll be happy. But again, with this figure, I'm loving it. I like the head sculpt. I love the bob in her hair, the representation to how she looked in the actual comic that I actually do have. I like it. She comes with the open hands, and she comes with a pair of fisted hands. And it comes with the Colossus. I believe this is his. I'll let you know in a second. Oh, it comes with his left hand. So it comes with the Colossus Build-A-Figure left hand and left fist. So we get that going. And it comes with two closed hands. Articulation is pretty standard. Single jointed elbow. Double jointed knees. And it comes with a peg stand for flight in the back. Looks good. Everything else is going in the trash. Shadowcat is up next. She comes with the torso. And as I go through these, I'm going to actually start building it live because, again, I don't want to keep you guys here for like 2 hours. You know what? I'm starting to hear that a lot, Roberts, a lot from people where they're finding Breaker left and right. I am definitely of the mindset that you should want to get multiple. And I am definitely of the mindset that Target has learned their lesson. I know there's a lot of people who really still hate the G.I. Joe classified line because of all the drama that's been going on. But I've noticed personally that it's not going to be an issue going forward. Like I can't guarantee that, but something tells me that it's not going to be as big of an issue getting your hands on the G.I. Joe stuff anymore. Like I think the final test will be barbecue, and we'll see for sure how much in abundance he is. Because like I said, whenever that Breaker went on pre-order, I was able to get them. Barbecue to this point, I believe, and it's been like 2-3 months. I think Barbecue is actually still available for pre-order right now. So I definitely think he's going to be in abundance. Now, Peg Warmer, I don't know, but in abundance, I definitely think he will be. All right, so here we have Shadowcat. Let's get her out. I'm actually impressed because I'm really into her Wolverine Claws. Ooh. Now, her claws aren't like sharp like Wolverine's. And again, that's one of my pet peeves with Marvel Legends is that I hate how they do Wolverine claws. These are not super sharp, but they look pretty good. Shadowcat herself looks good. I love the face sculpt. She looks like she's a little bit constipated in the face, but that's okay. Again, single jointed elbow, double jointed knee. Can't really no waist swivel really. And again, forehead and range of motion. She looks good. I can see myself doing some really good poses with her. And I don't know if I put it in the thumbnail, but I also have the Wolverine 5-pack. I have to grab it. It's around here somewhere. But I also have the Wolverine 5-pack that came with Cyber. I'm going to save that for last. I just got that in the mail today from Amazon. So I'm actually really excited about that. All right. So let's do Legion. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Legion is Professor X's son. And I think he's the whole one that popped off Age of Apocalypse. So I think he was trying to go back and kill Magneto, and he ended up killing Professor Xavier instead. I really like this Legion. And again, I've been hearing really good things about him. So, like, if you're looking for the chase figure in this set, I believe it's going to be Sabretooth, and I believe it's going to be Legion, because I've seen a lot of people taking photos and things online, and they really did like... I'm not the Burger King. I'm showing up the king. Get it right. Get it right. I like this Legion. He's got a weird smirk, but I love his kid and play hairstyle too. He doesn't stand up on his own, but he looks good. Again, articulation is straight, double jointed elbow, unlike the females, double jointed knees. He's good. He's good. All right, let's get this Colossus together. This is the... I think I got it right. Well, if I don't, we'll figure it out. Yeah, so it's funny you mention the Iceman, because I really, really wanted this Iceman. Like, I have some ice effects that I bought online for my 90s Iceman from the Jim Lee X-Men, and the ice color doesn't match the ice color from the action figure, but the ice color fits this perfectly. So I'm like really excited to get him out and do some poses. The only thing that I'm missing, and again, Marvel Legends, Hasbro, you guys got to get it together. Y'all need to really get us an ice slide. I'll pay the 30, I'll pay the 40. Give me a deluxe Iceman with an ice slide, and I'll buy it. That's like easy money. All right, so here we go. Really, really loving this Iceman. He comes with the right arm for Colossus with the fist. He comes with closed hands, and he comes with open hands. Again, one issue that I had with the 90s one is that he didn't have any open hands, because I kind of want to have it so that you can see him shooting out the ice. But this looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. For those who don't know, Iceman is a Omega level mutant. He can literally freeze the atmosphere and freeze the water in your lungs and kill you instantly. He is a bad mamma jamma. And again, like I said, this ice color matches perfectly to the ice effect that I have that I bought from AliExpress like almost a year ago, almost. I love how the color of the ice here on his shoulder and his head is actually different. I love it. All right, we're getting closer to finishing up this Colossus. We got the leg, we got the arm, we just need the other head. And let's go ahead and do Ice. I said Iceman. Cyclops. So the funny story when it comes to Age of Apocalypse, I believe I was in high school. I was either in high school or I had just graduated when Age of Apocalypse came out. And I remember I used to always go to my local comic book shop because I was always trying to find the issue where, because if anybody remembers, when the thing first started, you didn't know how Cyclops lost his eye. They kind of talked about how, Wolverine gouged it out and he kind of like blasted it off, but you didn't actually see it at the beginning of the comic. And I remember I was always trying to get the issue where you actually saw, or if you see like a flashback of it happening. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the closest that we got was like a really quick flashback, or you get to see a panel where you see the imprint of Wolverine's body where Cyclops blasted him, and you can kind of see where his arm got blasted off. But I can't remember if you actually see Wolverine poking his eye out. But that's basically what happened in the story. Cyclops loses his eye. He is a bad guy. Again, he looks good, even with his little long hair. Again, it would have been nice. Let me see if I can lift his head up and see real quick. So what I'm trying to do is just lift up the hair and see if they show anything. And they do. So you can see his eye here, but if you kind of try to move it a little bit, it's basically blank on the other side. You can't see it, but again, I'll post some pictures to Instagram and you guys will be able to see it there. Yeah. All right. So we got Colossus. So my two, like growing up, the two big stories that I remember when I was growing up watching and reading comics was Age of Apocalypse, it was Onslaught, and it was Days of Future Past. Those were like the big, in Civil War to a point, but these are like Age of Apocalypse and Onslaught. Those were like my prime time when I was collecting. So here we go so far with Colossus. And here we go next to the other Colossus and the Marvel Select Colossus. All right. I'm actually very interested in the Sabretooth as well. Now, here's another quick rant. With Sabretooth, I'm still waiting to get a proper size Jim Lee Sabretooth, because the one we got before it's just not big enough. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Oh, I guess Colossus comes with a hairpiece, or does Sabretooth come with a hairpiece? Okay. So it looks like the Colossus has a space for a headpiece. Whoop. So unprofessional. Oh, I love this head sculpt. Oh, I love this head sculpt. I don't know if you guys can see it. I absolutely love this head sculpt. And I like this. And again, I like the Sabretooth. I'm liking it so far. Let me just get them out. I love the body size. I still wish this is still not the Sabretooth that I want to get in the end. Like I want that like 90s deluxe style Sabretooth with the gigantic mane. Like I've seen a bunch of people on Instagram that did a lot of customs, but he's not bad. I don't dislike him at all. It's just not the 90s one that I really want. But he's cool. And I'll keep him out because when I open up the Wolverine 5-pack, I wonder if I do have the Wild Child. He is back here. All right, so for those who want to see, let's get this out of the way. All right, so here we have the Sabretooth and the Wild Child. Happens every time. They look good together. I just wish, and again, I'll probably be able to do it eventually. I just wish he was probably a little bit more posable because I remember in the comics, like Wild Child used to ride on like Sabretooth's shoulder and he would kind of like hold him with the chain and he would kind of be like posed on the shoulder. This Wild Child is still on a 6-inch scale. So even if you kind of tried to set it up like that, it really wouldn't work the same because he's so big and he's not as gangly. But I do have the chain somewhere. I'll just, if you guys subscribe to my Instagram, I'll upload some photos later. But yes, here is the Wild Child that goes with him. Actually, back here have the entire Age of Apocalypse wave from the first wave. If you can see in the back, I have Sunfire posed up on the wall, and then I have Dark Beast. I have Apocalypse. I have the whole thing. So let's go ahead and put this head on Colossus. I'm actually going to have to change that entire row because right now that row has Spider-Man on the left, and then it has like the 90s Jim Lee X-Men, and then it has like the new like X-Men with the Professor X with the helmet on, and then I have this thing is not going on well. Ah, there we go. All right, he's done. I freaking love it. He comes with a headband. It pops in, I'm assuming. Wow. They went all out. I gotta give Hasbro and the Marvel Legends team credit. They went all out. Like this is definitely potential for action figure 2021. Like I damn sure don't want that armadillo from this Marvel Legends Spider-Man wave. The other Colossus fell off the table, so I'll have to get him later. But you guys can see what Colossus looks like next to the other one. next to this one. Please get this breaker, guys. I mean, G.I. Joe Classified has been very quiet as of late, but you guys definitely need to pick this thing up. It's amazing. Please pick it up. And here is my Wolverine. And if you can tell, I have the metal claws on him. I ordered this from, what is his name? Can of Beams. So Can of Beams, he made real metal Wolverine claws. So I got them and put them on here. I just have two up at the moment, but I do have an entire other pair that would fit his other hand as well. Wow, we're winding down, guys. We're almost done. We have the Spider-Man from No Way Home, which is the Marvel's Armadillo wave. Honestly, I'm not collecting this entire wave. The only things that I wanted the Miles Morales, I wanted Spider-Man, and then I wanted Doctor Strange. I didn't care about Shriek. I didn't care about J. Jonah Jameson or the other guy. I also have the Walmart exclusive Spider-Man with the Tom Holland head. I actually got that from Walmart today. Now, let's talk about Spider-Man since we're here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the No Way Home movie that's coming out, but I'm going to say an unpopular opinion. I think that this Tom Holland Spider-Man is the weakest of the Spider-Man. Again, it could be my bias because I grew up watching the Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans. But for some reason, I think, here's what I'll say. I think Tom Holland plays a fantastic Peter Parker, but I think he plays a very weak Spider-Man. And I'll explain. If you go back to the original Spider-Man movie, even the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, even though people talk crap about Amazing Spider-Man 2, I didn't hate it as much as everybody else. I felt like both of those Spider-Man, they earned the title of Spider-Man simply because they kind of did it on their own. They actually fought like worthy opponents. Definitely in the first one, not so much in Amazing Spider-Man 2, because I still didn't really love Jamie Foxx's Electro. But Electro was actually still kind of menacing once he got himself together. I feel like Tom Holland has not had a worthy foe and has not proven himself to be like the new Spider-Man. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is Vulture. In the first like Spider-Man Homecoming, he was the Vulture. Even though the Vulture as a character was pretty good, I don't think he was one of the top tier villains that he could have proved himself on. And then in the second one, we had Mysterio again. It was a good role that was played. Again, I just felt like it still wasn't up to that caliber of Spider-Man villain that would give Tom Holland the opportunity to shine and prove himself as the new Spider-Man. And mostly because he got a lot of help throughout the movie in order to win. So again, I don't hate him. I just don't think he's the best Spider-Man. I do think that No Way Home will give him an opportunity for both Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield to kind of pass the torch to him, because we all know that Andrew Garfield and Tom, they'll both be in the movie. All three of them will. So now we're talking about the suit. I believe this is the Iron Spider suit or the advanced. This isn't the advanced suit. That's the Walmart exclusive. But I remember in the trailer, he had this suit on when he had the little the appendages that came out. But it looks good. Again, articulation is solid. It's not the Pizza Spider-Man body, and it's not even like the classic Spider-Man body. So I don't think he'll be able to get into the same detailed poses. It doesn't even feel like he has double jointed knees, to be honest with you. He does have double jointed elbows, though. And he does have the in and out swivel as well. And he comes with web blasters, the web blaster positions, but he doesn't come with any web effects. So I like the paint detail. I'm not too fond of the articulation. He'll probably end up getting a basic pose in my location over there. All right, so that's everything. Let me grab the Wolverine 5-pack, and I'll be right back. Ugh. All right, so here we go. The grand finale. Here is the Amazon exclusive Wolverine 5-pack. As you can see here, we have Omega Red. We have the main reason why I bought this, which was Cyber. We have another Wolverine here. We have Callisto from the Morlocks. And then we have the missing member of the Hellfire Club. Here on the side, we have just a product shot of the people in the actual box. On the back here, we have some really cool Wolverine artwork. And again, this is on the side as well. And again, this just arrived today, hot off the press. Let's get it open. Where is Blade Sama? Oh, here he is. Cyber was another one that was a fan favorite of mine in the 90s. Again, I remember specifically the comic book that I had that got me into him was when he had, this is right after Magneto pulled out all the Wolverine's adamantium and basically turned Wolverine like feral because his healing factor had to work like overtime to like save his life. So then he ended up with the bone claws, and then we had the episode where the comic book where Cyber actually ends up stomping on Wolverine's hand and like breaking his claw. So after that moment, I was like, wow, I gotta get this guy. And again, I have a lot of people who don't like this because they feel like it's a lot of reused action figures. Namely my friend Will. I don't know if he's in the live stream or if he's going to end up watching it later. Shout out to you, Will. But I think he was looking for the Hellfire Club member. And honestly, I don't really care about him, so we'll talk offline and maybe I'll get him to you. I haven't decided yet. But I want to take out Cyber first because he looks like he has the same body mold as Sabretooth. All right, so look at this Cyber. Now, one thing that I do want to complain about that I wish they could have done is I wish they would have had like, because with Cyber, he has like the points of his tips are like very sharp because he has like a hallucinogen that he can claw into you. You really can't see that on him. His body kind of feels a little hollow, but he's huge. And as I said before, he looks like he kind of had the same body size as the Sabretooth. But now that I look at him side by side, yeah, he could. He actually could. Yeah, it looks like he does. They're about the same height. But it looks good. Yeah, I like him. So this is figure one out of the pack. Let's take out Omega Red. So this is the Omega Red. Let me take a look at them. And honestly, again, let me look back here. Here I have the original Omega Red. So you guys can see the difference here. And as one thing I can tell off rip, this Omega Red has the Omega symbol on his arm. This one does not. This one has a little bit of a shinier paint to it, whereas this one is a little bit darker. There's small paint details on the little belt that's here. The Omega symbol is actually painted on the new one, but it looks like it's the exact same body type. And it looks like his tendrils on the old one is silver, whereas this one is white. Honestly, I don't like that. I think the tendrils supposed to be silver. Let me take it out. So I'm assuming that I can just, and this is the original one. And they fit both the same. Yeah, Elmatic, I agree. That Cyber is absolutely dope. Like, if he is worth getting this 5-pack. And again, I'll probably end up doing a side-by-side, like, quick review on my Instagram. Maybe do like a 2-minute toy review. But essentially, it is the exact same Omega Red. Except they gave him an extra head sculpt, which is what you see right there is the extra head sculpt. And this head sculpt, let me take a look at it. It's exactly the same. The only difference is, and again, you guys probably won't be able to see it perfectly, but the Omega symbol is printed on here and it's not on here. The paint on his side of his face is silver, whereas it's white on this one. But other than that, it's the exact same head sculpt. So I'll put these up next to each other. Oh, and I'm sorry, I just noticed as well, the new one has white boots and the old one has red all the way down. Again, unfortunately, I can't tell how accurate that is. You guys will have to tell me. Let's get out Callisto and then so I just decided to pull everybody out. Let me take a look at this Wolverine. We got a shirted Wolverine with the angry face. This is the brown suit Wolverine. Again, I don't know if you can see, but he's like battle damaged. You can see here he has scratch marks on his chest. He has more scratch marks down here on his abdomen. His claws look pretty good. It's kind of dope. I like it. And again, I know people are sick and tired of Wolverine, just like they're tired of Deadpool. But again, Wolverine sells. And you can see here his height. I love the height because I hate it when you get like a tall Wolverine. But I love his height. And what member of the Hellfire Club is this? Jason. I don't know if it's just me, but I hate the Hellfire Club. I love them in the actual show. I love them in like the Phoenix Saga, but like in action figure form, I just can't get excited about these guys. It's just like, eh. Like if I see him walking down the street, even if he had a mutant power, I still feel like I whoop his ass. And then we have Callisto from Morlocks. And this one is actually very special to me as well because, again, I grew up watching the 90s Jim Lee version and Callisto versus Storm for leadership of the Morlocks. I know y'all remember that. Where Storm put the paws on this chick. I like it. She kind of has that British look going on with her. Single jointed elbows like they do with all females. Double jointed knees at least. It looks like if you wiggle it around, you can get her vest off. I love her little buzz cut. You can actually see she has the eye patch, but then she also has a gash in her actual eye. She's cool. I like it. All right, so that's pretty much it for the 5-pack. If I had to pick my favorite one out of it, you guys already know I'm going to go with Cyber. Second favorite would be Wolverine, followed by Callisto. Then it would be Omega Red. And then the last person that I would say is my favorite is the Jason. I definitely think it's worth the money. I love the box art. I think if you guys want the Cyber, that's going to be the only way you get him. And he is a dope figure. Like, don't, even though he's big, as a matter of fact, that's what I wanted to do. Cyber versus Wolverine. Look at the size difference on these guys. And let me put it up to like eye level. Look at that. Look at that. I've been waiting for a Cyber for so long. The only thing I wish they would have done better is, again, if they could have gave us, even if they didn't give us extra hands, they could have at least made his fingertips look like it's the little hallucinogens. That would have been cool. But it looks good. All right. I think that's it, guys. I've opened up everything that I have. I do have a couple of other things that I want to do, and maybe I'll do another live stream. Maybe I'll do stay tuned for the Imagination Works Vegeta. That will be uploaded tonight. Whenever it gets delivered, I'm going to review it tonight. I'm going to upload it tonight, and you guys can take a look at it and see how if they've learned their lesson from the Imagination Works Goku. Again, from everything that I've opened up, my highlights, again, from Marvel Legends is this Colossus and this Cyber, and I'm sorry, 100% this Iceman. Breaker, you got to get it. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, you got to get the Breaker. This Mafex Cyclops is fire. Like, I'm telling you now, all your favorite photographers like The Amazing, they're going to all start taking some fantastic photos of this thing. So take a look out for that. This thing is amazing. Again, thank you guys so much for coming out for the live stream. I really appreciate it. I will be doing more stuff like this in the future. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. I have the podcast, the Magner podcast. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.